Hello friends, today I am going to show how to make authentic kurma. Kurma is always mild and done with fresh spices and not with masala powder. So please take a look. It's quite easy. Only thing is it takes a little longer and you have to cook it patiently. That's all. I hope that it is of some use to some of you. Thank you. So today we are going to make vegetable kurma, and these are the ingredients you need. In terms of spices, a bay leaf. This is called a bay leaf. This is called a star anise. Cloves, cardamom, cinnamon, and this is anise seed, the seed of the anise. And this is called Bengal gram, roasted Bengal gram. If you don't get it, you can use cashew nuts instead, just a little bit. Okay, this, and here you have garlic, ginger, green chilies, grated coconut that has been grated, or you can use dried coconut powder, doesn't matter. If you want, at the end you can add some raisins. Okay, these are dried grapes. In terms of vegetables, you need onions, smaller onions, shallots, if preferably shallots, tomatoes, and then potato, carrot, beans, and here I am using radish, but you can use kohlrabi, null kohl, and finally mushrooms. Okay, if you want, you can add green peas too. Green peas as well. So these are the things you need to make the kurma. The first thing to do is to take a big heavy vessel and heat it to medium heat. Okay, it should not be really hot. Heat it to medium heat in a low flame. So now I am adding ghee, which is clarified butter. If you don't have ghee, you can just add butter or any oil. Okay, but make sure it's not vegetable oil. It should be oil from some seed like sesame oil, or coconut oil, or even olive oil, but I don't know how olive oil will be. But make sure it is a whole oil. Okay, none of this blended oils and all that. It's not good for you. It doesn't taste good. So a little bit of ghee or butter. Now the first thing I'm going to add is the onions. So it is not fuming. If you notice, the oil is not fuming. It should not be really hot. Medium hot. And to this, I add the onions. Funny how I'm using my cell phone as a ladle to push the onions. Okay, so this is step number 1. Now you gently roast it like this, or shallow fry it, or whatever you want to call it. Anything you want to be tasty and delicate has to cook slowly. So don't be in a hurry to increase the flame. If you increase the flame, the taste will go. You will not be able to retain good taste. And also, if you start using powdered masala, it will not have a good taste at all. It will have a very, very harsh, hard taste. So always best to use fresh spices. Okay, now you can see that the onion has turned a little bit glassy. Can you see it? Okay, now it's time to add this, which is ginger, garlic, and green chilies. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of put this thing to a side like so. Okay. And I'm going to add all the spices. Okay. And the reason why I didn't add it in the beginning, many people usually add it in the beginning. When you add it in the beginning, what will happen is the pan will be really hot. And these spices are quite delicate in flavor. Okay. And what will happen is that heat will destroy most of the flavor. So when you have something that is wet, like this onion and chilies, it lowers the temperature of the pot. And now you can kind of roast all these things together. Okay, now I can smell it. It smells so beautiful and delicate now. Okay, so this is step number 1. So I've been roasting this for the past 5 minutes, turning it around, okay, in low flame. Okay, I keep repeating the same thing again and again. If you are in a hurry, you can only boil water in a hurry. Okay, if you want to cook well, it has to cook slowly. Okay, so now you can see that the onion is turning more and more glassy. And the spices are getting slow roasted at a low temperature, not at a high temperature. Okay. And they don't have to cook fully now because they are going to cook one more time. So don't worry. The next thing is to add tomatoes. So this is going to be the sauce for your kurma. This is where your kurma gets the flavor from. This and then the coconuts. Once you have added these tomatoes, you can increase the flame if you want a little bit. Because tomatoes are really wet, so there is no danger of burning the spices. And if you want, you can add a little bit of salt. This salt is not for taste. This salt helps break down the tomato and let it cook well. So this salt is not for taste. So this is the base for most kurmas. Okay. So whenever you want to make either cauliflower kurma or mushroom or paneer or anything, this is what is your sauce. This is what is in your sauce. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes and now you can see that the tomatoes have cooked. Okay, even if they are not fully cooked, don't worry, they are going to cook one more time. So it's better to cook it well now itself, but if you have some doubts, don't worry, you have a second chance. Okay, so you can see that it is cooked soft now. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take the contents of this and keep it aside and use the same pot to cook the vegetables that are going to form the main ingredients of the kurma. See, now I have transferred the contents onto another bowl and I am allowing it to cool down. Okay, and now I am going to begin cooking in the same pot. Okay, for this you can use butter or some other oil. Butter is best, but I am too lazy to do it, so I am just going to pour a little bit of oil maybe about, I don't know, 5 ml, I don't know. So here you have potatoes, beans, radish, carrots, mushrooms, grated coconut, and dried raisins. So this is what is going to go inside that. Potatoes have the tendency to absorb flavor, and also they take a longer time to cook. So we are going to cook that first. Okay. So I'm dropping the potatoes in. I'm not a big favorite of potatoes in the kurma, but people usually like it. Okay. Because potatoes tend to absorb everything we give it. So now the potatoes are cooking in low flame. Okay, anything you cook, unless you want to boil something, most of the food needs to be cooked in low flame. I cannot say that enough number of times. If you are in a hurry, you can't cook well. Okay, so the next thing that goes inside is radish. It's really bad that I'm using my cell phone to push the vegetable in, because I have to do it all myself. Okay, let me push it all in and then come back. Okay, there it is. Good. I think this video is going to be unnecessarily long because it's not planned well, but it is what it is. If you want to see it, you see it. If not, you can say I don't want to see it and go to the next video. Okay. And again we add a little bit of salt so that it cooks. This salt is not to taste. And once you add any vegetable that has water in it, you don't have to worry about it. It's not going to burn. Okay, now you can see that the radish is also getting cooked, and the way you can see that is it is turning glassy. Can you see that? Radish is starting to turn a little bit glassy, translucent. So I don't know now. Yeah, can you see that radish? So it has to cook a little bit more. Okay, just be patient. You can't be in a hurry. Low flame, cook slow. So okay, now the radish has cooked. Okay, if you don't have radish, you have to use kohlrabi actually, or nool kohl. But since we didn't get nool kohl due to this lockdown, I am using radish. Okay, so now you can add the beans and the carrot to this, and again close this, and in low flame. Okay, another important tip is that sometimes, especially South Indians, we love to pour water on things to make it cook. Bad idea. Okay, don't do this. Don't take lots of water and put it on it and try to boil the vegetable. You shouldn't boil the vegetable. It has to cook in the heat. Okay, so that is why you need a cap like this, and you need to cook it in low heat. If you start pouring water into it and just boiling the vegetables, the whole thing will start sucking big time. You can add maybe 2 or 3 spoonfuls of water, this much of water if you want, that's it, to create steam. So remember that we had prepared an initial mix which I said is going to form the base for the kurma. Okay, now we have to transfer that onto a blender and add the coconuts to it. Okay, so if you don't have grated coconuts, you can add cut coconuts or dried coconuts, or you can add coconut paste. Okay, so what remains now is just the mushrooms and the raisins. Now this we are going to blend in the blender. So now I have blended that mixture, but here is another pro tip. Okay, so after you blend it, just leave it in the pot so that all the stuff that remains here can fall down, or else if you open it now, it will splatter out. So after you blend it, just leave it as it is. Hey, engada vanda? Huh? Enga vandidi konde? Atto vandikidi papa. So this is the base for your kurma. Okay, if you notice, I did not add any coloring. Kurma should not look like crimson red. Okay, it has to look mild. It is a mild tasting dish. It should not overwhelm you. So don't add too much chilies. Don't add too much spices. It has to be mild. So this you have to remember. So to make anything mild, you have to cook it slow and not add too much spices, because if you add too much chilies, everything else is drowned out by the chilies. Okay, now you can see that the vegetables are cooking well. Sorry. So let it cook like this. Okay, and now finally we add the mushrooms. The mushrooms always go last because they are very delicate. So the vegetable that is really delicate goes in last, or else it will lose its flavor. If you cook the mushroom the same length of time as you cook your potato, then the mushroom will lose its flavor. It will look like a mushroom, but it won't taste like a mushroom. Okay, again a little bit of salt for it to cook. Just a few drops of water to create steam, and close it and keep it in low flame. Okay, now you can see that the mushrooms are getting cooked in the steam. Okay, even this is too much water, but you can use less water. I think I was a little bit careless. You can use less water. The idea is not to boil the vegetables. That's the idea. Okay, since there is so much water, I have increased the flame now, which is again making one mistake, a second mistake to correct the first mistake. Okay, this is not right, because the higher the heat, the vegetables will lose their quality, but I made a mistake, so I am making a second mistake to correct the first mistake. That's how life goes. Okay, now you can see that your mushrooms are getting cooked. Can you see that? The mushrooms are getting soft. So now we are ready to add the sauce that we made. Again, I have to repeat myself. This has lots of delicate spices. So once you add it, you can't cook it for long. So if these vegetables are not cooked, don't add this and think that you can cook for longer, because all the taste from this will fly away with the steam if you cook for too long. This has to be added at the very end. This kind of finishes the kurma. and at the end I will add the raisins on top. Just by the fact that I am adding raisins are sweet, right? So if your kurma is too strong, you can't taste the raisins. What it means is your kurma has to be mild. Okay, this is not death by curry. Kurma is a really mild, tasty, beautiful dish. Don't overwhelm it. Okay, now you just let this cook for a few minutes. And in another 2 minutes, the kurma will be ready. Low flame, I'll show you then. So this is the end of our kurma. Remember, we didn't add salt to taste. We added only little salt so that the vegetables will cook. So you can taste it, and if you feel that there is less salt, you can add it now or you can add it on your plate. It doesn't matter. Okay. So this is the end of the kurma. Now I turn it off. Close it and just go and relax for a while and then have it.